Right, and we had reached the rose garden of the Alabastian embassy.
Apparently.
I'm not sure who this is.
I mean, how many people call Miles Edgeworth? I think that's Francisca.
Okay. I see you're back in Miles Edgeworth. Oh, it is. Yeah, okay.
I knew it.
How are things in Babal?
I don't know why they had to hide it. Like, she's the only one who calls him Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah, like you don't have to hide that. Although I can't really say I expect much from Scotty and that girl. The investigation into my recruitment staff hasn't really progressed any.
Uh-huh.
However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah, yes, Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, the Yatagarasu is a 17-year-old girl.
A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, Yatagarasu is a criminal.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast, and that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared and just suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire at the Propably's embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I don't know. I don't think the Yatagarasu started it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think two different events corresponded and happened at the same time.
I think so too. Or at least to some extent. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Investigation begin! Oh, look at that. The statue bears a resemblance to the Primidox statue.
Everything bears a resemblance to that
The
thing.
plaque says, King Primidox and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primidox put his life on the line and went to war. So Primidox was actually a person of royal blood. Well, duh. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like Cecile Samurai existed, and in Europe of all places. I suppose there's that too.
I mean, it's Italy, so... Well, I just realized something. We did something terrible. Manny Cochin was an Italian in the flashback.
That is true, he wasn't. There's an overturned spotlight here. And then the Yatagarasu appeared. The audience that was waiting here for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. I had a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I'm tough time visualizing how many people would be
I
here.
thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash.
What if you care if someone's in your way when you're trying to whip someone?
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead.
Oh, those poor saps.
Actually, what's her running animation? Like her adult running animation. I don't think we've seen it, have we?
I thought we did, but I'll do it.
A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's the statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidox. Well, my Edgeworth, it seems that you are lost yet reading a woman's heart.
Yeah. A lot of the main characters seem to be that way. I fully expect whoever is the main character in the Apollo series, probably named Apollo, is also terrible at reading women's
Oh, I
hearts.
bet you he is. I opened my mouth and about a statue, and she somehow made a leap to that.
Then again, the biggest ship is Rightworth. Oh, that's already technically been done.
There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, spreading a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used for in putting out fires. I see. Oh! The pool stopped filling itself automatically.
Holy shit, that filled up quick.
Damn!
Blink and you miss it.
The fountain spouts are set up to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. Nice. If this water is used to put out fires, there's a part that must be refilled to its normal level. I suggest that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it, just in case. Now what's her running in Oh! What?
Why?
What? No!
How? Why?
Whoa!
Where did you come from?
How dare you surprise me like that?
You know what? I ship Francisca and Larry.
Oh my god.
Simply because if Franny wanted Larry to stay around, she'd make him.
Yeah. I'm sorry! Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is not enough. Or alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know, Dad! Do you really think that I'm the type who just jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
Yes.
Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, AG? You have a son? Your son?
The samurai son.
Ah, right. I guess I kinda lost...
Remember, he's Daddy Steel
That's
Samurai
right,
or some
that's
shit.
right. I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador.
Oh my god. You lost your kid!
It's probably not even a real kid, you know, it's...
I know.
And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him! You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool?
Francisca, the son's not real.
And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
He's gonna get whipped.
Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother?
The Pink Princess, of course.
The mother? Oh, that chick. The Pink Princess! The Pink Princess? Miss Fontana. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase an astounding fool. Larry, you've not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured, if we should find him, we'll let you know. I'll get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go searching over there. Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. Though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble.
There's probably a secret way under there.
Probably is. Anyway, what is Francisca's run animation? Oh, okay, that's just very professional. Okay, makes sense.
Honestly, the stupid glitch is still there where they vibrate.
Yeah.
It is so annoying.
Guess we have to talk to Lang. Or check the roses?
Huh. Edgeworth's hair does not move. Francisca's does.
Yeah, it actually wobbles a little bit. Yeah, you're right.
Why does Edgeworth not move?
Because he's not as animated in that respect, I guess.
Ugh.
I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair. Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired doing his speech. Makes sense.
I hear Ambassador Alba is over 30. Very
isn't he
old.
like into his 70s?
Shh.
In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. He sounds like my old principal from grade school, would speak at assemblies. Can't we check how old he is? I think we have Alba in the almanac. 72,
72.
Yeah. But this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool? That's such a poor planning. There was no other place than a spot or two by the pool. They really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were stands the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while.
I mean, old people do ramble a lot.
Yeah. These are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color. One color per location. They lose their beauty when they all mix together like this. How awfully German of her to say that.
Huh, where was she born and raised, I wonder?
I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. The second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I better leave it be. Yeah, she's German. I don't think she does sarcasm. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. Of all people to comment on the proper balance of things.
Alright. Take off your glasses. There we go. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir.
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sir, not a single thing, sir.
Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
Damn. Agent Lang?
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba?
We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignments at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. I think you'll see that in the next, not episode, next game? Investigation
Yeah,
soon?
probably.
Which who knows when we'll do that. Ha! As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Ha ha ha!
You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time.
I'm very buff.
So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. I mean, why would you just assume it's the Yatagarasu?
Yeah. I guess because of the, it looks a bit like the symbol, because of how the things are.
But it's not public, well, it's in a paper now, but it's not really the most public knowledge,
Yeah.
so I don't know. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief has vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or it was Larry, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know.
Larry.
It was Larry. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here.
So you're saying that basically, all you saw was the thief's silhouette?
Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with the same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin.
Is it Missile?
I expect no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear from you what you know on the subject. What really casts the shadow of the Yatagarasu? Oh my god. It's the freaking statue. I think it's the statue. No, not that
I think it'd be specifically this statue.
It has to be one of the statues. It's one of the statues.
I mean, I'd be impressed if this statue could cast a light straight ahead from over there.
That's true.
I'm assuming this?
I think so.
Take that!
Suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Are you playing with me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You're correct, however, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu's form?
The light?
The other shadow? Or the other statue?
But how could the other statue do it?
I'm just trying to think because of how they're angled, if they're next to each other.
But they aren't next to each
Yeah,
other.
which is the weird thing. So I'm not sure what it is. What is the other part here?
I mean, it could be this. I don't know why it would have been moved so much, though.
Yeah. And we cannot check the picture anymore of the Yatagarasu because I feel like the head shape reminds me of the helmet. A little bit.
Take that!
It's another statue? The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place.
Oh, with the stupid angling?
Oh! This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the light to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up the spotlight to cast the shadow of King Primidox and the battlefield. Yeah, that's what I mean. With the helmet, with the head, you see?
Yeah.
And the shadow of the king statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, we set up the light of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidox. The silhouette would also be in the backdrop to the stage. Aha! So we had to combine the two shadows. It looks nothing like the Edgeworth's shadow, but we're getting there. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francesca. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen statue is wrong. What do you mean by sad? I believe that the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. The hand. Only one part. Yes, and that one part alone fill in the rest of the Edgeworth's shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Why didn't you think of it in the first place?
You're right. I apologize. Now, which part of the Queen's statue was used to complete the Edgeworth's shadow? The hand.
Take that!
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francesca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines at the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's...
Oh my god! Huh, yeah! This is exactly like the shadow I saw.
The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positionings beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw the culprit after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Edgeworth's shadow had vanished. It means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Edgeworth never did visit Alabaster Nights. The only country that the thief visited was Propably, although it can be assumed that the Edgeworth had an accomplice in Alabaster. An accomplice? But who?
Ambassador Alba!
Very likely. I haven't figured that one out yet. I assume it was the one person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solve in this case is the existence of this accomplice. Yay!
Well, that was easy.
Confetti!
Ah, much better.
Is this probably Alba? This is probably Alba, isn't it?
Probably, I'm assuming.
How's the investigation going? No, it's not Alba.
Oh,
no.
it's bad.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I'll just do it in post. So, move on.
Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Ayatagarasu?
I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge, and my only target from the very beginning is Ayatagarasu. So yes,
So, what have you found out?
I got a piece of evidence.
May I see it?
No. I mean, sure, but you might regret it.
no. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come.
It's gonna blame that steel samurai, I'm sure of it.
So if you please.
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist."
Oh no!
She said it really loudly in some southern accent. She gave me an interesting
Of
picture.
course. A journalist?
Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. Well, actually, the proper term is camera woman. This is the photo I got from her.
Oh. What in the world? So Yatagata is flying through the air? We can already tell what's going on here,
No.
can't we?
Yes, of course, but for the audience, explain.
Basically, they took that's the Propably statue. They tossed it on the, the trampoline or whatever it is in Babal, and it flew over. And it's like probably in some kind of cloth to shield it.
Probably.
The times, they are changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now.
When was this photo taken?
Apparently, right after the fires. On the 4th and 5th floors were put.
Apparently, right after the fires, on the 4th and 5th floors were put out.
Intriguing.
What? What kind of sentence is that?
Probably didn't translate very well into English, I'm imagining.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors when the fire was put out. Something of that nature.
Yeah, probably.
It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from.
I see. So this was taken after the fire.
The blur in this picture took off from the Propably's embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
You say that, but don't you remember the circus?
Yes, I do remember the circus very well. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once.
And you know, that was still one of the most absurd cases.
It really was.
What are the chances of that ending? Where the statue catches the cape backwards and it looks like he's flying away.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
The timing is just stupid.
I remember. Actually, can't you think of it? I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yup.
The bridge.
Yup.
Maybe it happens more often than we think.
Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, these guys took off from the Propably's embassy, so I should start from there. I just need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. Alright. You already know what we have to do there, though. I continue this investigation on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you.
Oh! You're just standing there?
Apparently.
And trying to punch me in the face? Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth! Now come on! Let's get back to our investigation!
Yes, let's.
I want that boxing thing. Let's go, Kate!
Yay! And we already know it's...
Wait, hold on. Why is there entrance to an embassy right here?
Yeah, that is so awkward. March 14, 10:47 p.m.
Ah, yes, you have returned.
Propably's Embassy Secretariat's office.
To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
It would appear that way.
Hiya, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found the man he's killer yet?
I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Pallarino, but I have yet to find his killer.
Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagrasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagrasu. The real Yatagrasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Ms. Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? I have some coupons. Mr. Pallarino.
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around?
You know, like at the statue.
We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier.
Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content.
Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador.
If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Pallarino. You're a total gentleman. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Pallarino!
Those two sure get chummy awfully quick.
She probably took a coupon.
Yeah, very likely.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came to this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved.
I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu mysteries, I received the most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Oh, did you not know that?
Yes, he has been chasing the Yatagarasu for all these years.
I guess he's just been hanging out in Alabast this whole time.
Probably.
Uncle Bad!
Now then, I was told this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This guy looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does that mean I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how that person escaped.
Well, we need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off.
First thing is this fireplace.
A fireplace, huh? The Bells officers have them too.
2?
There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. Ugh.
How about you see if you can turn this fireplace wall? If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You can climb inside and we can play hide and seek.
And come out covered in suits? I think not.
You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. What? I can't investigate if there's a thing?
Apparently not. So you can see the Alabastian embassy through this window.
So, where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where the Mask II was killed.
What? You don't mean the Mask II? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Even though the Mask II was merely an imposter of the original.
And the original was great.
That he was. If yes, in this area, it was heavily damaged by the fire. But that ink isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything.
Well, Nook and Cranny. There's a bottle of Propably's ink on Mr. Curtin's desk.
And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn it up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Paulino, it looks like your precious Babbly's ink is all right after all. What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that?
Well, you see, if you light it with a match, it explodes. Well, it's just that there's something strange about the ink.
Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? We probably have to go and ask him.
What? Do it later.
Looks like a bunch of flies with coupons attached to them.
Can we burn them all? Babble sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon.
And what kind
It gives you a 5-finger
and
discount.
what kind of discount would that net you?
The 5-finger kind. What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bear.
Oh my god.
Of
You and
course.
Kay really on the same wavelength sometimes. Things such as...
Such is the truth. What else would I steal?
But I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now.
I can give you some.
There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World.
Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. The key, the most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate? Why?
Looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burned.
Of course it has. So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh?
Well, what did you imagine them to look like?
The Steel Samurai? I thought that babble would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly.
Oh my god.
That way, it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base.
If
Brilliant.
any contract a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think?
Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Cadopia?
There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place.
You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and an imagination.
I think I have plenty of an imagination,
She's not
alright?
wrong.
Looks like a very comfortable chair.
It does. I want it. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting on it?
No, I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
That's because I am a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything.
Brilliant.
But it doesn't look very burnt. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit.
I suppose we really should take a look.
Oh my god. Why is there so much stuff for this desk?
This is an unusual shape for a notepad. Wait a second. That looks exactly like the stuff the Master II. What he's missing us on.
I actually don't even remember. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere else. This but someone connected to something I have.
Eureka!
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right. What is it? Looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you.
Are you sure they haven't been burnt or crisp by the fires? Master Palomino, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
This looks like Manny's handwriting.
I see. In that case...
Ooh, did you figure something out?
Yes, I actually just figured something out, and I think this murder is not actually a murder anymore. This note was found in Alabast. Specifically was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Dimas II.
Dimas the Second? Then this note?
Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Dimas II to steal the Primidoc statue.
What? Manny? Tried to steal the Alabast Primidoc statue?
You would know for sure if you could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin?
Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation.
Anything you can tell me would be a great help, Ambassador.
Oh my god.
So hear me out. So what I think happened is they threw out the statue onto the, trampoline down there. And the statue flew and hit Dimas II in the other room and killed him.
Oh my god.
I suspect that's what happened.
That is one hell of a trampoline then. Cause look at that kind of distance, dude.
Yep. But that's my suspicion. I think that's what happened. So I think the Master
Wouldn't surprise
So I think
me.
the Master II was not technically murdered. Okay. It seems that the contents of this straw survived the fire rather well.
Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I think we're just done there.
I think we have to talk to the ambassador. The national symbol for Balastron here. There's something especially strange about it.
I went to talk to the ambassador. Is it just me? Or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it?
Even if it did, would it really have any bearing in our case, Kay?
Yes.
Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out.
Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about?
Which one? There was more than one tonight?
Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Propably's embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jamming Ninja show. Ah, well, the first one occurred at the start of the Jamming Ninja show.
Oh.
Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theatergoers, we decided to keep it internal.
Then the fire after the Jamming Ninja show was the second one of the night?
Exactly.
So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, did Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken?
Apparently, right after the fires. On the 4th and 5th floors were put out.
Oh.
Huh. That's still not proper English.
I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Okay, I'm starting to piece it a little bit together. Basically, a fire happened on the 4th and 5th floor as a distraction to allow someone to get in here and get the Primidoc statue over to Alabast.
Yeah, it's possible. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that it caused it.
That's, how should I put this, a very bad stroke of luck.
My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye. Wait, why is the Primidoc statue in Manny's office?
That's a very good question. Why is it in his office?
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Paulino. Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what is it you wanted to ask again?
We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well.
Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day, from morning until now. I tried to give coupons to everyone.
I can imagine, sir.
First, I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. They're very shiny. My favorite song is Shiny Teeth and Me. After that, I had a roll for breakfast.
Hold it!
Fascinating. How about it you just skip to the relevant part for me?
I then went dancing to my favorite song. Oh, you'd like the condensed version? All right, I can do that for you. I'm way too damn cheery.
So what did Mr. Coach and you do this morning?
Well, originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the jamming ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office.
You helped clean Mr. Coach's office? Why were you not cleaning your own?
Well, you see, my office is always a mess. Probably. Oh, it's going under renovations. Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which does explain the statue.
Yeah.
Which is why both the Plymouth statue and the Propably's knife set are down here.
I see.
Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We have an army of cleaners for it most of the time. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh? Ah, about that, I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I am an ambassador, after all. I guess I'm up a creek without the Manny here to get angry at me.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger?
Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning, he got mad at me. I spilled some Propably's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect.
Talk about the boss getting bossed around.
Hold on, phone call. I have returned from burning things in a fireplace.
Very good.
So he spilled Propably's ink onto a back wall. That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do. Being an ambassador and all.
All of my work was done previously. We've been preparing for this event for like a month now.
Afternoon activities.
I mean, it does make sense, actually, for something like this. You get all the planning, everything done, and assuming it's been done right, the day of, there's not going to be that much.
Yeah, basically.
Except minor things. You don't want a major crisis otherwise.
Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Coachman did this afternoon.
Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrium Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show.
Why'd you go to your office? It's under renovation. A little while later, after I'd straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor, and then set it on fire, probably, to prepare for my handshake photo with the jamming ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully, no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
So you didn't see Mr. Coach after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yeah, so that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there, in an eternal sleep.
I see. Master Palomino, I thank you very much for your help.
Not a problem, but you have other questions for me. You can ask as many questions as you want. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance yet, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? I'll give you some coupons.
The ink. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Coach's bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. Wait, didn't you just say you didn't see him until he was dead?
Yeah.
But when I did, I was greeted by a roaring green flame.
Oh, because the flames turn green when they hit the ink, right?
Ink. True, so where did the ink come from? The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
Hold it!
The fire was green? What was the cause?
Well, with crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern.
Propably's ink is made from the same oil. Means it would also burn green.
You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire. So that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of the perplexing green flames! Talk about a mystery!
What exactly was that caught on fire in here? Yeah, what did catch on fire? You said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Kojin hired the Master Second.
Actually, I feel it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's event. But because of the Autograsso and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? Ha ha ha! I'm actually relieved that the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babble's statue, it's just a replica.
And Mr. Kojin knew about Babble's Primidoc statue.
Of course he knew! That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue is revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it. It'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Catopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Kojin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Cadobian ambassador.
But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? Because you're easy.
Yeah, he's easy to control.
Not only that, but he just gives control of things.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Manny. You can handle the ink sales and whatnot. You'll handle our entire inventory stock.
He just wants to hand out coupons and smile and shake hands.
So Manny had a really good position for smuggling.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had a boss that he could control, and that would just give him control of a lot of stuff. He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was, or will be.
I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
How dare you!
Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Has this music ever played?
No, I think this is new.
Huh.
Yup, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information in this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. And now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Good work, Detective. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
What do you mean?
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Except the opposite. Her dad was probably more like Gumshoe, while Uncle Bad is like Edgeworth in terms of personality.
Oh, very likely.
Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, okay? However, I can say that this is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
Yeah, Phoenix found Maya. Edgeworth has Kay. I mean Gumshoe.
Yeah, I have Gumshoe.
You bet! So, what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? The thing you call your secret weapon?
Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're going to rely on it, aren't you? I mean, it's amazing tech, so yes.
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
You got it! All right, here we go! Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares to take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of real modern-day Robin Hood! Activate Little Thief! Yay!
Wow.
What the hell?
Seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. Possible that we might have found the escape route the person Kay saw used after all.
Oh, well, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? I'm so confused. This is the power of true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted. really? This is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday.
It is about time we return to our investigation.
I agree. Next episode, because this has gone on a long time.